In just 10 minutes, uncover the most shocking truths from Joe Rogan's talk with CIA insider Hal Puthoff. From hidden alien tech and secret UFO crash sites to psychic spies, forbidden science, and mind-bending time anomalies. These 10 takeaways expose what the government never wanted you to know. If you're here for UFOs, black ops, or disclosure, you're in the right place. Takeaway 1. UFO crash material is being hidden. Hal Puthoff said he personally spoke to defense contractors who hinted they had alien crash materials. When he asked to access them through an official program, they told him it was too classified, even though he had top-level clearance. He said if they had nothing, they would have simply told him. Instead, they said it was too compartmentalized to discuss. This secrecy seems planned. The government gave these materials to private companies so they wouldn't have to tell Congress or the public. Puthoff warned that if people found out that only a few companies were given alien tech and others were left out, it would cause legal and political chaos. He said it could destroy competitors unfairly and even collapse parts of the economy. For example, if Company A got crash materials and made powerful tech from them, while Company B was excluded and went bankrupt, the lawsuits and public anger could last for years. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. Government fears public reaction to UFOs. Puthoff attended a secret meeting where intelligence officials asked him and others to list what would happen if the public learned that aliens and non-human technology were real. They had to rate how different areas like religion, finance, and politics would react. All groups came back with mostly negative scores. Some feared mass panic. Others thought people would lose faith in religion or distrust governments forever. The more they explored the idea, the worse it looked. It wasn't just about aliens anymore. It was about how fragile our systems are when hit with truth this big. For example, one issue they discussed was that if people found out that powerful groups had access to alien secrets for decades, while the public was lied to, the trust between citizens and governments might break completely. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3. Military has sensor data on UFOs. Puthoff said modern UFO sightings are backed by hard evidence, not just stories. Military jets, satellites, and infrared cameras have recorded objects flying in ways that defy known physics. In the 2004 Nimitz case, a tic-tac-shaped object dropped from high altitude to sea level almost instantly. It jammed radar and reacted to pilot movements, showing signs of intelligence. These are not weather balloons or camera glitches. They are craft doing things no aircraft can. The U.S. military now takes the phenomenon seriously because sensors confirm it is real. Puthoff said some UFOs even interrupt military missions. For example, in the gimbal footage, a rotating object flies against the wind and moves like nothing humans have built, and you can hear trained pilots reacting with shock in the recording. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4. Remote viewing helped find a Soviet jet. The CIA and U.S. military ran a secret remote viewing program that lasted more than 20 years. Puthoff helped run it. The goal was to use trained individuals who could mentally see places or objects anywhere in the world. In one case, a Soviet bomber crashed in Africa, but satellites couldn't find it because of dense jungle. The CIA asked the remote viewers to locate it. Using only their minds, 2 different viewers pointed to the same location. Their predictions were only a few miles off. The U.S. recovered the wreck before the Soviets could. Puthoff said this was one of their biggest successes. For example, Jimmy Carter later confirmed in a speech that remote viewers had helped find a downed plane, even though it had been classified. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5. Skeptics became top remote viewers. One of the strongest skeptics came to Puthoff's lab, ready to prove the remote viewing was fake. He ran his own tests and was shocked when the results still worked. Not convinced, he agreed to be the test subject himself. He laughed at the idea at first, but during the session, he described a merry-go-round and a playground. When the team returned, they had indeed gone to that exact location. Seeing his own drawing match, the real place changed his mind completely. He went from non-believer to becoming one of the CIA's best remote viewers. For example, the skeptic's drawing included the shape and details of the structure, even though he had no idea where the target team had gone. We're halfway through the video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. If you'd like to support us, please tap the thanks button below. It helps us keep making great content. Drop a comment and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. Remote viewing predicted Nixon's fall. Pat Price, a top psychic, once told Puthoff he had mentally visited the Oval Office and sensed something dangerous there. He said President Nixon would not finish his second term and that Vice President Spiro Agnew would also go down first. This was before either man was in trouble. The CIA sent teams to check the office but found nothing strange. However, it later came out that Nixon had secretly taped himself. These tapes destroyed his presidency. Agnew, on the other hand, left due to a separate corruption scandal. Both predictions were right. Puthoff said the chances of guessing both events correctly were near zero. For example, Agnew stepping down before Nixon was something no one at the time could have expected, yet Price said it would happen. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Advanced physics was secretly funded. Puthoff worked on a program that quietly funded 38 scientific papers on advanced topics like warp drives, gravity control, and brain-machine connections. These papers were written by top scientists who were not told they were part of a UFO research effort. The documents were stored on a classified military server and became extremely popular among insiders. The goal was to explore whether the physics behind observed UFO behaviors could be explained or one day copied. Puthoff said these were not science fiction ideas, but serious studies into the future of energy and propulsion. For example, one paper explained how space-time could be bent using negative energy to allow faster-than-light travel without breaking Einstein's laws. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. Consciousness might be a real force. In early tests, psychic Ingo Swann was brought into a lab with a sealed quantum chip. The chip was surrounded by multiple layers of shielding and was supposed to be untouched by the outside world. Yet Swann stopped the chip from oscillating just by focusing on it. He later made it oscillate faster. He also drew the internal structure of the device even though he had never seen it. Puthoff was stunned. He said it made him wonder if consciousness was more than brain activity. Maybe it is a real field, something that connects to physical systems. The chip experiment was designed to detect particles, not emotions or thoughts, yet it reacted to mental focus. For example, Swann's drawings showed the internal chip layout with surprising accuracy, something no outsider should have known. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. Time may not work the way we think. Puthoff and others ran experiments where remote viewers described places either before or after someone had visited them. The results were just as accurate in both directions. This shook their understanding of time. If someone can describe a place in the future, then time might be more flexible than we believe. Puthoff said it made him rethink everything about how consciousness interacts with the world. It suggested that the mind might be able to tap into future or past data. These findings match results from studies at Princeton, where time-based remote viewing worked just as well as space-based viewing. For example, a viewer once drew the exact location a person would visit the next day before they had even decided to go there. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. Disclosure is only a matter of time. By the end of the episode, Puthoff said that full disclosure about UFOs is coming. He believes the process has already started and cannot be stopped. Too many insiders are speaking up, and too many videos and reports are now public. He worked closely with intelligence officer Dave Grush, who testified under oath that the government has alien craft and even bodies. Puthoff said he knows many of the people involved and believes their claims are real. Some high-level officials, like former CIA Director Bill Casey, were so interested they cleared their schedule to learn everything. Puthoff said the higher someone is in power, the more open they are to the truth. For example, when he briefed Bill Casey, the 45-minute meeting turned into 5 hours because Casey wanted to know every detail about UFOs and psychic programs. Here is a brief introduction about Hal Puthoff. Hal Puthoff is a physicist researching energy generation, space propulsion, and other related topics. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.